just less energetic pressure. And so I'm going to be able to be more skillful in terms of how I relate with her. And she's going to feel a difference. If I come to her without working on it myself first, she's going to feel immediately like there's some charge that she's being the object of. And if I've worked through it, then I can talk to her. So you're getting at a really important point, which is it doesn't necessarily free us of conversations that we might need to have. It certainly doesn't take care of traits that people might have, that those still may persist. But what you will notice is a shift in your relationship to that, and that you get actually more skillful in how you do things because you've worked it through before you approach the person. I really recommend it in that way. You're a lot better off. Okay? So you can pick a person, or you can pick a group. You know, if you want to talk to a group of people, you can do that too. My only preference is that, as a way of getting started, that we use a person, okay, or a group of people. And then we'll talk at the end more about different ways you can use the tool. Okay? Okay, so basically you need to get out your notebook and your pens. And I'm going to give you about 8 minutes. And you basically have 8 minutes to describe the person who disturbs you, either in a positive or a negative way, and just talk about what exactly it is that's bothering you, using your 5 senses. Okay? And make sure that you use the pronoun he, she, it, or they. Okay? Little story. You're just writing a little story. You have about 8 minutes. So, is everybody finished? Was it interesting? Somewhat? Okay, so now what we're going to do is basically take a few minutes so that to ask you to read them so that we can, you know, share in everyone's experience. So go ahead.
James disturbs me. I connected with him immediately and we quickly became good friends. I shared deeply with him and revealed much of myself. It was the kind of friendship you would think would last for a long, long time. Then suddenly he was gone. I know that people come and go and that's their right. I guess I'm just upset because I fell for it. It's not always easy to convey your interior to someone, and it's something that makes me very vulnerable. Feels like he took what was given and dropped it. Mm-hmm. He seemed someone other than who he presented himself as.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Pashmina?
Sarah is a wonderful person. She's strong, loving, and she can be a very good mentor. While I enjoy spending time with her, she sometimes asks too many questions, and I don't really feel like engaging or answering them. I know she just wants to know what's going on in my life, and she's very interested in how I'm doing. But when I've shared things with her before, she will often judge my actions or my decisions, and I don't always appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Larry is so cool and confident. He's not very good looking, but he's always attractive to women. His humor and intellect shine for all to admire. He acts without hesitation. His presence comforts everyone around him. He always has a story to tell and tells it in a way that put people on the edge of their seats. When he enters a room, everybody holds their breath in anticipation of what he has to say. He has tremendous energy and vitality. His voice is clear. He can do amazing impressions of famous people and invents compelling characters all the time.
Good. Positive one. Yeah. We'll start. Yeah, cool.
Jen is really needy. She brings her perspective, which is typically fear-based, into every situation, it seems. It's like she wants to bring everyone down, take the spontaneity out of things, make me second-guess myself and my choices. She's always asking me if I'm all right, if I'm working too hard, if I'm getting enough rest and eating right. She makes me wonder about myself when she tells me I don't sound good or I don't look good.
Okay, good. Paul?
I have issues.
Paul has issues, everyone.
I'll try to keep this PG.
Okay.
John scares the out of me. He is big and tough and gets all the ladies, but he is rude and uncouth and holds no respect for the finer things in life and the life of the mind. He dresses very well and wears expensive cologne, but talks too loud, acts like a jouissance-ridden man-child who gets everything he wants, a rich kid. I hope he dies a horrible death in a rock quarry in Kansas, unacknowledged and unmourned by everyone he knows. I feel like I can't keep up. I feel intimidated by his subconscious enthusiasm for things I don't care about. I don't care about the things he cares about, but I feel my manhood at stake if I don't feign enthusiasm.
Casey, go ahead.
Jessica is a challenge to me. I have a very hard time with her. She never seems to notice the hard work I do for her. She's constantly demanding more and more and more from me, and I don't think she realizes how hard it is for me to deliver. I have started to really resent her for this, and it makes me sad. I really do want to live up to her expectations, but I do not feel that she will ever notice or be satisfied.
Okay. Nicely done so far. Namali.
This is actually difficult.
Yeah.
John just doesn't excite me very much. He doesn't challenge me emotionally, spiritually, intellectually. He cannot call me up on my bullshit. He's just not challenging enough for me. He's needy, clingy, not open. The thing that irritates me the most is his arrogance. He walks around like he knows it all. And his general energy that is disturbing for me. I really wish he was more humble. He cannot believe that I'm not in love with him. He thinks I should be head over heels in love with him. Ha ha ha. All I want is for him to just be himself without waiting for me to come to him so he can talk his business economic language and ask me really lame, kind of dumb, boring questions. I think sometimes he's afraid of me. He said to me over and over again that he feels less powerful, has no control of his desires for me. I just want to tell him just to be himself. He's annoying because he's too needy for me. He gets jealous. He cannot meet me where I feel I'm at. He looks and behaves too nervous around me. He's always trying to impress me. Stop it. I really wish he'd just be himself. And yet, he cares so much for me. He makes me food, brings me flowers. He loves me so much.
Wow. Megan?
I'm involved in a group that's been assigned to put on a presentation. I don't enjoy this group. I don't enjoy having to be involved with this group. The group happens to be all women, and it seems like every time we get together, either in person or on a call, all we end up doing is talking about the way we feel about feeling in general, instead of actually doing anything or making any decisions. It immensely irritates me to invest my time I don't really have a lot of, not making decisions towards the goal that we all have. I feel like we should honor everyone's feelings at another time. I feel like it will be impossible for us to succeed at the task that we've been given if we can't set aside the personal for the professional goal. Feelings can wait until the job at hand is complete.
Very good.